Hello, this is J-Ton Gunter from Wine Tasting with Giants, and basically what I'm doing today is we're going to be having two gentlemen from the movie business talking about how they got into it. So before we get there though, I want to talk about the wine that we're going to be drinking on tonight. We're drinking on a blend from Veranda from Chile, and it has Cabernet Sauvignon and also a little Carmenere in there. It's really good, and would you guys taste a little bit with me?
Sure.
Can you show me how to do that? Look at me. Why would I know how to taste wine?
Yeah, we're novices.
All right, novices. You don't gotta shake it.
Salud.
Salud. Thanks for coming on my show.
What are you doing there?
So, what I like to do is I like to get all the nuances. I'll smell it first to pick up like the flavors, the if there's any oak on there, the earthiness, the fruit, of course. And then once I do that, I want to see if it translates to the palate. Good winemakers they have a skill at doing that. So with this, that's kind of what you want to do. You want to get the whole body of what you're drinking, and that's how I do it. So I mean, you can smell it if you want to. I know you, like you said, you're a novice, so if you don't want to, you don't have to. But
it smells like wine.
Well, taste it with me really quick. And are you guys picking up anything on there? Is there something that just points out? I know it's going to taste like grapes and all that good stuff, but is there any specific fruit that you're getting from it?
It's not as heavy as other wines I've had, so I wouldn't say it's necessarily tarty, but it has a light, delightful taste to my palate, I guess, because like right here, I feel it right in here.
Let me kind of break this down really quick for you. Cabernet Sauvignon, everybody pretty much knows is a Bordeaux varietal. It's like one of the main ones on the left bank. But another thing that's a Bordeaux varietal is this Carmenere. Special thing about it is it was during the phylloxera in Bordeaux. They tried to replant it and they couldn't. It wouldn't take. So Chile grabbed it, brought it to Chile and started planting it, and it was mistaken for Merlot for close to 100 years. Nobody even knew that it was it was a Bordeaux varietal Carmenere until like maybe about 15, 20 years ago.
What year would that have been?
Like I said, about 15, 20 years ago.
Oh, just recently.
It was just recently.
Like
they found out that it was Carmenere instead of Merlot, because it's still, the fruit profile is very similar. Only difference is, for me, it's a little more, it's a little bit more refined. If you want to try this wine, you're not going to be able to find the 2004, but I've had the 2007 and the 2008, and they're both very, very good, very well made, and look to store for about, I would say, 8 to 12 years. To go back to my guests here, I wanted to introduce them. Go ahead and state your name, my friend.
My name is Paul Encinas. I'm from West Covina, California. And yeah, I guess I watch a lot of movies, and I sort of make a little bit too. I try.
And then,
my name is Collins, Tryptych Productions with this guy right here. Been doing film since, I guess, around 98, 99, San Jose State University grad. And I got a knock on the door, and I'm also from Rochester, New York, but I've been living in California since 1990.
I was curious, for both of you, these questions for both of you guys. Was it a certain movie that got you into wanting to, you making movies and you acting in them and producing?
Want to start?
I guess for me, like, how I got into film is I was really into music in high school, and I wanted to get more into radio. And then, so in high school, I joined with electronic media production classes, I guess. And and like my dream was to be like a disc jockey and play like obscure records. Because I really liked like old punk records. I really liked old hip hop stuff, and I wanted to like play that in high school. And I really was into that stuff. And then so I went to college, and then I just took some. And I really liked film to begin with, and I just didn't know it because even before that, I was really into comic books. I was really into like.
So you're all in the visual. You're in the
yeah, but also just other stuff, and I like read some weird stuff too, and I wanted to do that. But then when I took more film classes in college, I sort of like I caught that bug, like, oh yeah, that's right, because I wanted to draw and write comics when I was a kid, and then when I started making movies in college, I sort of felt that feeling again I did when I was a kid. You know, like, oh, hey, these are really cool. I like telling stories. Like, I'm more and more into that.
Like, originally, was there one when you were in college that just spoke to you and told you that, you know what, I need to be doing this. I need to be directing. Was there like a certain specific movie that did it for you, or was it just like the lump sum of all those components, you know, come together that formed your opinion about, you know, directing?
It's more so much of like creating stuff, because I really think we're like, me and Cam, everyone, we're all like vehicles of creativity and expression and stuff, you know. And I think like film was it took me years to learn this, but film was probably the best medium. I don't know. What about you, Cam? What do you think?
I didn't want to work a real job. I'm not gonna
keep it real, right?
To be honest with you, but no, I started at San Jose State. Me and Paul, I met third year, fourth year into it, and then I eventually went to school to learn how to cook. I wanted to go to culinary school, but I couldn't afford it, so I started with a nutritional food science major.
Okay.
Still being a freshman, trying to feel my way in, and then like him, I also wanted to be a DJ because I figured, wanted to play anything I wanted, and at the time I was really heavy into like certain hip hop groups, and I was like, oh yeah, I can go in there and just play what I want, and I was very delusional. And now knowing what I know now, like DJing would have been probably the worst thing for me. Like I said, eventually, I'm not a 9 to 5, even though I work a 9 to 5 just to pay bills. I mean, eventually, I would love to do film full time, you know. But I just enjoy it. I love it. It's soothing to the ego. It's easy to do because I love it so much. But at the same time, you know, I do have my limits. But but just getting into film, which I think is just something I maybe was born to do. I don't know.
I get you. I get that. So, my next question is for you. I'm curious, for Paul. How many movies have you actually shot yourself? Have you been the director?
Shoot a lot, I guess. Like
that were your movies that you.
Yeah, like in college I did a lot. Damn, I think I did like around 35 films in college. It was just funny. Like I talked to people. When I worked at the academy, I helped students out there. Like they're like, oh yeah, I'm doing my second short. I'm like, how long have you been in school? Like, oh, I've been there for like 6 years, getting my master's or whatever. 5 years, like 2 shorts.
Wow.
Like
took you that long to do 2 shorts?
Yeah, I mean, it's, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's just different. Like now, I guess.
Okay.
Different. I don't know. We.
What about you, like with acting and stuff? You probably acting in a bunch of.
Well, I actually started gripping and gaffing, so I was behind the scenes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so like my forte coming into film was I didn't know what I was doing. I felt inferior to the other thespians at the time, so I didn't really think I had a knack for acting, more because I was afraid to put myself out there. So I wanted to have an easier way in and a smoother transition by doing behind the scenes work, and that until it helped me learn certain things, because being a grip, you see everything. I'm the first one there and the last one to leave, essentially. So I was always asking questions, and me and him, he started off as a cinematographer, always behind the camera, but he eventually went into directing. He's a great writer, you know. He has a knack for vocabulary. Me, I just started behind the scenes, but like I just kind of fell into acting, you know. A couple teachers said, oh, you should do this and do that, and I didn't take it seriously. I still to this day don't consider myself an actor. I just do it. You know,
same here. I don't think I'm a filmmaker either.
We just do it like I'm what you call a middle reliever. I always say that if you need me to bridge the gap to something, I can be there and do that. If you need me to,
kind of like the don't box me in type.
No, I don't mind.
Yeah, it's like here's the thing. Like I'm just Paul. He's just Cam. Like we happen to do this. Like it's like that's the problem with like kids now. I think like they buy their stupid DSLRs and then they're like, hey, I'm a cinematographer because I shoot weddings. Like. Whatever, like
this is not to knock anybody. It's not to knock anybody from doing it.
It completely is to knock everyone who's doing it.
He has his own agenda. I'm saying just, you know.
And this is live out on camera. Again, I want to thank you guys for showing up on the show with me today for Wine Tasting with Giants. Again, thank you, Paul. Thank you, Cam. If you're interested in the wine that we had today or anything in the future, go to www.gns.com, gnswines.com, and that'll be posted on the bottom. And until next time, guys, have a good night.